Z Nation, DailyXander 227, coming at you around 8:45 at night on this Sunday. An on and off again, take that back, it hasn't even rained today, but on and off again cloudy day. Although I think it actually did rain a little during the period I was napping today. Today was a good day to catch up on my rest. Started the day waking up oversleeping and waking up to my friend calling me, who's giving me a ride to the second day of training for aquatic therapy for work. So I got up around 7:50 and literally got up, changed super quick, went in the car and headed over to training. I had training from 8 till noon this morning into this afternoon. Then afterwards, me and a coworker got lunch with one of our clients at a restaurant called First Watch. First Watch has several locations across the country. They're just a breakfast, brunch, and lunch place that's usually open till 2:30. And they have healthy options and good eats too. So I was there till about 2-ish, and I didn't get back until about 2:30, and I really need to catch on my sleep because it has been non-stop stuff and activities for me this entire past week, really this entire month, if not the past 2 months. The past 2 months have just flown by for me. I'm probably entered my peak of activities and busyness been going on, which is good. Good to stay busy, but at the same time, you need to know when to ease up on the gas pedal a little bit and focus on other things that are more important rather than just doing and always being out and about doing activities. So for instance, this past week through the Life Accelerator program, this has been the most meditations I've performed in a single week this past week. I haven't hit 2 10-minute meditations every single day this week, but I've done a fairly good job. And the past 2 nighttime meditations have lasted anywhere from probably about 3 minutes to 4 or 5 or 6 minutes, and before I know it, I'm passed out and I'm waking up on my couch where I was originally meditating prior to going to bed around like 5 in the morning. So one good thing is I'm pretty darn relaxed when I meditate. I'm able to let go of all my thoughts and just hone in on my body. Before I know it, I'm conked out. But at the same time, I've had several lunchtime meditations. I'm out in the sun meditating, and those are quite pleasant and quite useful, and I enjoy them for sure. And a lot of times I do find myself just re-energized for the day, because at the same time, last time I did a lunchtime meditation, after I got done with it, I found myself walking back to work, practicing gratefulness and mindfulness, and literally saying out loud what I am grateful for. And that in itself is quite a useful practice, I would say. Just going on a walk, whether it be by yourself, or with another person, or with a group of friends, and practice gratefulness. And literally just start saying what you're grateful for at this very moment. I'm sure you can do it day in, day out. You might find yourself saying the same things, but over time, you find you get a little more in detail and more in the moment and present with what you're grateful for. For instance, I'm grateful that there is pedestrian sidewalks and such for me to walk on, rather than muddy patches of dirt that make it quite messy for sure. Hey Wayne, how's it going?
Good, boy.
How you doing?
Good.
Good?
Tired tonight.
Yeah?
I didn't even pull it out.
You didn't even pull it out?
No.
No? Sometimes we need that break or change of routine a little bit. Just think about how you go there. Are you there every day?
I'm somewhere every day,
You're
but
somewhere
I'm
every day?
mostly there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're
air
mostly there.
conditioning. It's
Yeah.
open. I can get out of the way. and I can focus. You know, but the first batch is up, but I still got to put the affidavit, a few more things up, but at least people are starting to get educated. But, dude, we came back this afternoon. It's just like I sit there and there's one big zombie. I just didn't move. I'm tired. I'm going to go to some sleep.
Yeah, that's probably a good sign that like you need some sleep.
Yeah.
Recharge those batteries, yeah.
Recharge those batteries. So I keep going at it hard, but you know, you can only go at it so long, and then you gotta. It's just, and that's why my house is the sanctuary. The designing of the house, it's fun. I love the engineering and that kind of stuff, and that's the whole purpose of that house. But this is very important. My kids still have a life for tomorrow.
Yeah.
All this stuff is important.
Yeah.
None of us have a life for tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you later.
Take care, Wayne. Recharge those batteries. Just like that, I bump into somebody I know. It happens to me all the time. I continually bump into people. I hope you were able to catch a little bit of that conversation. Guy is an interesting person, for sure. Nonetheless, he's been working on it since I've known him, since December, working on designing his own house, and he has computer software to do that. But since then, it's evolved more to him doing voiceover news scriptures, I would say, is one way to describe it, where he's working on spreading information to others on just what's happening on the world, and recording his voice from it, and uploading YouTube videos from that. Just a little bit about him. Yes, to go back to practicing gratefulness, I think it's certainly a useful skill in this past first week of the London Real Life Accelerator, the 3 habits practicing were meditation every day. I've meditated every day, I just haven't hit that 20-minute mark every single day. I mean, the day I went to the float tank, I consider that 60-minute meditation. Other habit, number 2, was have a low diet media. This has been the least amount of consumption of any media I've had for an entire week and over a very long time. Probably going back to when I was in Australia, road tripping on the west coast of Australia and Perth and such. There were a couple days out there in Australia where I literally lost track of time for reasons of whether it be not having cell service or other substances taken. But yeah, so this entire week I have hardly absorbed any media whatsoever, just uploading my own YouTube videos, not even listening to podcasts. The only thing I've really done is just occasionally looked up on YouTube. I just contradicted myself, but the only time I looked up at YouTube was just for work-related exercises a little bit. But I would say that he hasn't even totaled 15 minutes the entire week combined. Oh yeah, I was gonna go find somewhere to meditate. Get some coffee. Just thinking aloud. And the third habit, going back to mindfulness. And so those are 3 key habits, I would say, that are going to provide a great foundation for being an overall successful, productive, ever-growing, ever-evolving human being. Certainly enjoying it, for sure. There's a thought that came across my mind about just a little over an hour ago when I was... Oh, I could go there too. When I was doing laundry, putting my laundry in the wash, I just had to clear some memory on my phone. You already know what happened, the normal. Running out of memory on the phone, gonna have to figure that out in less than a week for when I go to Europe here. But I'll figure it out. Going back to the thought I had when I was doing laundry, I can't remember in detail now what it exactly was, but overall it stemmed to me just wanting to be different and unique in my own journey and not following, whether it be the crowd around me or the environment around me, dictating how I go about my life and how I make my decisions and where I want to spend my time. And one more thing I wanted to add, especially a challenge for me, and going back to uniqueness and such, I'd say a large portion of people probably wouldn't find this quite as challenging as other things. There's a good amount of people, of course, out there. One thing I really want to improve on is my ability to swim and comfortability in the water. I have taken swimming lessons before, not when I was younger, but when I was in college for a little bit. My biggest thing would just be getting more comfortable around deeper water and being able to tread in water, because that's going to lead to such a host of different opportunities with water and take me to such unique and exotic places for sure in the world. And looking back on it, it is very odd. There was no particular reason other than I just didn't like it at the time when I was a youngster doing swimming lessons and never progressing from there. When I did swimming lessons when I was much younger, did it for a little bit of time and then I stopped ultimately just because I wasn't comfortable, I didn't like it, or I didn't enjoy it. But that's one thing I'm grateful for, is I have the opportunity to build upon a skill coming up here with getting comfortable in the water and making it a daily practice. Ultimately, where I live, there are several swimming pools that go up to 6 feet 2 inches. That's taller than me, so that offers a great opportunity for me to work on treading water. And that's something I certainly plan on doing here. So I just wanted to make that known. And I've been enjoying watching people's videos in the London Real Life Accelerator program on topics of introducing themselves, what they're grateful for, their meditation practices, their low media diet, the biggest challenges of 2017, going from there. It's quite energizing for sure. And also just see other people around the world having similar struggles. Alright, this spot is not going to work for meditating as there are speakers in the area. And that is not going to fly very well. Even though you can have noise when you meditate, and it almost becomes like a white noise.
Can turn on and off up to 10 times per second. The controller that produces these shows was originally developed to control animatronic figures at theme parks.
Audio is telling about the water show right there. It's a pretty cool show. It's actually about to start, I think. I watched it before a little bit.
Area around the fountain is considered a splash zone. Be prepared to get wet if you're located.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, see? Shoot, I should probably show you some of this. Give me a second. Oh, give me a second.